Hello everyone, welcome to Knitting with Sherri. I'm going to show you how to do a 2-row buttonhole. Okay, so I have a little patch here, but this represents our garment right here. And we're not going to start in the first or second stitch, we're going to start in the third stitch. And what we're going to do is bind off to create our buttonhole. And then we will show you how to do the next row after those stitches are gone. So, if you haven't seen my bind off video, you might want to go ahead and check that video out first before you come here. And also the cast on stitches, we're going to use those today. So if you haven't seen the cast on stitching, you want to go there first and watch that video as well. Okay, so what you're going to do is knit off the first 2 stitches because we don't want to place our buttonhole right at the edge. So we're going to cast those 2 off. Alright, we're at a 3rd stitch, and that's where we're going to start our bind off. So we're going to bind off, and to do bind off we use 2 stitches, remember. So this will be our first 1, 2, okay? You knit 2 off. We're on the knit side, okay? So you're going to take that first stitch and you're going to take it over the first stitch. Excuse me, I'm a little tight today. Alright. Alright, then you're going to do that 3 more times. So that was 1. You already had a stitch here. So you're going to pull that stitch over. Don't use the first 2 stitches, okay? And then we got the 3rd one. This is our 3rd bind off. Oops, sorry. Get that one, okay. It is to bind off, okay. There we go. Alright, so we bound off 3 stitches. You can already see our buttonholes being created right here. So we have our stitches here on the end. We're going to just go back to regular working pattern, and so we're going to knit those stitches off, okay? And then we're going to show you how to fill in that gap on the next purl side. Okay, got one more stitch after this one. All right, there it is. Okay, now we're going to go here's our opening right here. All right, and so what we're going to do is we're going to purl all the way to that first, before our gap, okay, that last purl there. All right, so here we go. We're going to put our yarn in front and purl those stitches off just like a regular pattern knitting. We have to get over there to work that. All right, and this is the next step is where you're going to need, let me get over there before I say that. All right, so we knitted off, purled off our last stitch. All right, so we have this big gap here. What do we do with it? Okay, we can't just jump over because that would close off our hole, as you can see. So what you got to do is you're going to cast on stitches. This is where, if you have not seen casting on stitches, you need to go there first. Okay, so just take both needles in the same hand. This was in your left hand, but we're going to put it there because we're going to pull our yarn over to the left hand, and we're going to cast them onto the needle that our yarn strand is hanging off of. Okay, so that's the needle we're going to cast them onto. So remember how to cast on. We grab it and put our thumb under, put our yarn on and pull. You don't want to do it too tight because, again, you have to go back and knit those on the next row. 1, 2, and we bound off 3 down on the bottom. So you want to do the same number of cast on stitches at the top. So we cast on 3. So now you can take your working yarn and put it back in front because we're purling. Put your needle in your left hand, right here. Okay, so you want to go ahead on the last 2 stitches and purl those as you would regularly to complete your row. And then I'll show you kind of what it looks like. All right, so you can see it's already taken shape. There's your buttonhole. But we're going to go ahead and knit the other side so you can kind of see what it looks like and how to go about knitting these cast on stitches. It's very simple. I mean, it's nothing to it. It's just knitting. Okay, so let's go ahead and knit this side. All right, now your cast on stitches will be a little tighter than your regular stitching, so that's why it's always good to cast on loosely. If not, you can kind of pull it down like this and then insert your needle. So I'm going to show you one more time here because we have one more. Just pull it down and then throw your needle into the center of that stitch. Okay. Alright, so we've completed that. Now we knit it all the way over real quick. Okay. Just knit them off so we can take a look at it. All right, now here we go. There is your buttonhole. Okay, and so I hope you enjoyed this video. It was called the 2-row buttonhole. And thank you for watching. If you want to toss me a comment or a thumbs up, I appreciate it and hope you enjoy.